Hey, hey, hey. Hey there, this is Dr. Pam Perry, and I am here in the studios live with a podcast guest. Typically, Speakers Magazine, we're like in two boxes, right? Where we're on Zoom or StreamYard, but this is actually live in Podtastic Studios here in Southfield. So Speakers Magazine has been around 8 years, and my guest today is Tracye Robinson. And Tracye is launching a new book, but she is really talking about wellness, health and wellness. She's a transformational speaker, which is why she's in Speakers Magazine. And I'm going to do the spoiler alert. I'm going to show the book before she gets to do it. It's called The Magic Pill Is You. So the magic pill is you, meaning that everything inside of you is what God gave you that can heal you. And she's going to tell you a little bit about her journey. She's originally from Detroit, then moved to Texas, and then moved to, now she's living in Florida, but she's back here in Michigan today, really doing this podcast and talking about her book. So with that, we're going to bring up Tracye Robinson. Hey, how are you?
Great. How about you?
I know, I'm so glad you're here. So the magic pill is you, what every woman should know about her power to heal. And I want Tracye, I want you to talk a little bit about your journey about that.
Absolutely. Happy to do that, Pam, and I'm so happy to be here. Really happy to be back in Detroit. Mm-hmm. So many great memories. So the book is something that I needed to put out there because my journey has been a long one of dealing with breast cancer, dealing with some other situations and ailments. And I've spent a big chunk of my life trying to find out the best way for me to be empowered to take care of myself and not rely so much on medications, doctors, surgeries, and things like that. So a little bit more about my background and history. In 2006, as I was a real estate broker at that time, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Which level? 1, 2, 3?
Stage 2.
Okay.
Stage 2, okay. Yes. ERPR positive, with all the technicals. And I was married to a traditional medicine doctor. And I knew nothing about health and wellness at all because it was my first time really being sick. So I relied on him for just more insight on, why is this happening and what can I do to prevent it? Why me? That kind of thing. As we kind of move forward with the treatment plan and that kind of thing, I realized that I wasn't really liking what I was hearing about the chemotherapy and all the different things they wanted to do, but I didn't know any different. So I went through that process. But while I went through that process, I had this burning desire to learn more about my body, about natural alternatives to healing and to coming back into myself and finding out for myself if the doctors couldn't tell me, why did this happen? So I went on this journey as I did all the protocols that they told me to, and I ended up with extensive education. I'm a certified naturopath. I've been working with people over the years parallel to my real estate career and helping people just because it's always something I've loved to do. Real estate was wonderful because I could help people realize that American dream. Now, fast forward as I've learned more about alternative wellness, I've been able to help people even more in a more passionate way, which is, helping them feel better, helping them heal.
Without the medicine, without the chemo, without those kind of things. And one of the things you said to me is that, doctors are fine. Like if you break a bone, definitely you need someone to help you. But in other things that diseases that are in our body, they can be cured naturopathically or really holistically. And that's what you talk about, going, doing the smoothies and the whole foods, or, there's this thing now that people are really talking about, sea moss.
Yes.
or something you told me, a manuka honey.
There's so much.
There's so many
There is
different
so
things
much.
that you can learn that
Yes.
are natural foods
Yes.
that really help you stay well and get well.
Yes.
And your journey when you were studying naturopathic, you were doing, how many years was that? How many years did you say?
6 years altogether.
6 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So 6 years. So you know all about what is good, what's not good. What are some of your favorite, I guess you would say, in terms of health, overall good health, some of the favorite things that you like? You know, people talk about apple cider and vinegar. I've been seeing things on YouTube about Himalaya salt, and I'm like, so it's so much, and sometimes it can be kind of faddish.
Yes.
So give me some
Yes.
basic things.
Absolutely. So really, for me, it's more to it than just what you're taking, you know. It is a mindset. It is how you're showing up. It is, are you stressed out? It is, how do you internalize the things that happen? Because everything, Pam, is interconnected with your wellness. You know, our doctors tell us, you know, you have this symptom, here's this pill. Instead of the symptom, we need to look at what's the cause.
Yeah.
So you have a headache. It could be instead of taking a pill to make that headache go away, it could be that you might be dehydrated.
Yeah.
So you need to drink more water. Or it could be that you're stressed out and you need to learn how to breathe and
Meditate.
relax. But as far as just day-to-day supplements to keep your immune system boosted and keep your overall wellness, I highly recommend oregano oil with black seed oil as a supplement.
Okay.
There are, I'm not going to drop any, brands or anything, but there are combination brands, and I travel quite a bit. I'm in all these different climates. Your immune system is, the big granddaddy of your whole body. You got to keep that going to keep illness away. Mm-hmm. So this black seed oil and oregano oil, yes, thank you, is the catalyst to keep your immune system boosted. There's so many things that it does as well, as far as it's rich in antioxidants, it's rich in vitamins and minerals, it's, a laundry list. So to me, that's like the foundation if you do nothing else. And if you take the right one, and all vitamins are not created equal.
Right, I remember that.
High absorption, good quality, clean ingredients. If you take the right one and you're taking it on a regular basis, you really don't get those colds. You really don't get ill for the most part. I can speak to that from myself and from other people that I've recommended it to that I know are sticking to it, because sometimes we get that vitamin and we take it for a few days and then we're like, it's not working, and then we stop taking it.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
It is. It is, especially with this. So that's the one that I recommend as a foundational. And then
what about inflammation? Because I hear a lot about inflammation. I know. I read enough to be dangerous, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And it's funny because everything that I do and say goes back to, we need to look at the individual person. Rather than me tell you, take this for that or that for this. I want to know about your life. I want to know about your day-to-day. Yeah. I want to know what's going on, because inflammation can also be caused by stress.
Oh,
so if you're, absolutely. Stress can run the gamut on you. Yes. So I want to know what your diet is. I want to know, because there are anti-inflammatory foods and there are foods that cause inflammation. So I want to know, and that's the holistic way that I talk about. I need to know about the individual, because it's always something that you are or are not doing that 99% of the time is causing whatever the issues are that you're having.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. There was an old saying Grandma used to say, an apple a day would keep a doctor away. That was like one of those things where, because it had fiber, it was almost like that was that food. And
yes.
Yeah, it's just eat something live. I would call live. Something that's live every day.
Absolutely.
And that's part of it. If you're eating dead food meaning like it's in a can or it's in a bag or it's in it, it's dead. It's like it didn't come from the ground.
That's right.
So it was like,
that's right.
It was translated and dried and fried or whatever.
Everything.
And then it's not as best for you as you can. So I just went to CVS and I said, well, let me get something sort of healthy. So I'm going through CVS and I'm like, okay, what can I get? So I took a protein bar. I won't name which one, but I took a protein bar and then I took a Bali, I guess it was, water or something like that.
Yes.
And so I got that, but I was like, but the protein bar, I mean, it has this stuff in there, but it's still in a bag. It's still wrapped up.
Wrapper, right.
So they don't sell fresh food and that kind of thing. You kind of talk about urban areas being dry deserts of that sort of thing. And so we talk about health disparities, and you probably talk about it in the book as well. It's like it's health disparities because the foods that are in the urban areas where a lot of the African Americans aren't having fresh foods. And so people are eating things out of boxes and bags versus like another type of community that has whole foods and fresh foods, or even farmer markets.
Yes.
Those are the main things too, to really look at the difference between our lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Because if we're driving through fast foods, everybody knows fast foods aren't good for you. Yes. But if that's all in your neighborhood, there's no Smoothie King or whatever it is, or no hope. It's going to be, there will be health disparities.
Absolutely.
And there are some things that African Americans have more propensity to have. One, sickle cell. That was one we talked about earlier.
That's right.
There's also high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, and a lot of that can be corrected by really lifestyle and food. Food is our medicine. But really, put in a plug, the magic pill is you. That's really the thing. The magic pill is you. So everything that if you learn it, you can really heal you can have the power to heal yourself. And so, Tracye, when you were going through your the breast cancer journey and that sort of thing, people were probably saying, well, why don't you just take this or why don't you do that? Yes. But you stood fast and said, no, what you were learning is that it really is the lifestyle, the things that you had. What were the things that you had to stop doing or you realized that might be the culprit that caused it, and then what is the main thing you did that kind of helped cure it? Because you cured it. Yeah.
Yes. So it's been 19 years that I've been cancer-free.
That is good.
I'm really happy about that. And that's a great question you're asking me, because that was the thing that really got me on this path, because I wanted to know what caused this and what can I do moving forward once we do this, so that exactly, because I've lost so many friends to recurrence and it coming back and it's spreading and all that. So I found in my research, my personal research about myself, is I believe that what caused my cancer is excessive stress and excessive sugar and artificial sweetener. Oh, that was the culprits that I came up with for me when I really analyzed what was going on in my life the years leading up to, because it takes a while for this to happen in most people. Sometimes it comes on quickly, but I just really had to peel the onion layers back and say, what was I doing? And I realized I was in a very high stress, running a brokerage, raising a family, doing a lot of other things, and I had a stressful life. Even though I loved what I did, it was a go, 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 never stop. And then to keep me going, I was having those Starbucks drinks with lots of sugar, put lots of syrup in it, and this and that, and I had my tea at night before bed and used artificial sweeteners, and those were the things I did a lot of.
That was the habit. That was the habit. Yeah.
And I read about it, and I asked my husband, I said, so I do know I consume a lot of sugar. Am I going to get diabetes? I used to ask him that. And he'd be like, no, not necessarily. I never thought about cancer.
Yeah, I wouldn't think about it either.
And I didn't know anything. So I'm like, okay. So I continued. I never got diabetes, but I did get cancer. And when I did the research, I found that
the sugar feeds on the cancer.
The sugar and the artificial sweeteners are worse than the sugar.
Wow.
They are worse than the sugar.
I did hear that.
And then stress, we're back to it.
And actually, I think the artificial sugars, I think they actually have the, what do you call the warnings on the package?
Yes, they do. causes
Like-
cancer
like
in rat animal rat testing.
And I went to CVS and I was at the beginning at the front, and I said you all sell a lot of cigarettes, and I smoked when I was a teenager, just putting it out there. I did as a teenager, didn't know any better. Well, I knew better, but I was bad. But anyway, so
Right.
as I got older, and I said, people still smoke, and it causes cancer.
Yes.
I said, do you still like? He said, we sell a lot of cigarettes. I said, really? And I looked, and the cigarettes are $12 a pack. I had no idea. No idea. And I said, well, it's such a bad habit because he said, yeah, it's on every packet. And he says, but right over here, we have the smoking cessation supplements.
Right.
I was like, that is making sense to me.
No.
It's like having an AA, Alcoholics Anonymous
Right.
next to a bar. I'm like, what the
Exactly.
heck? And he said, yeah, and we kind of talked about it. I said, who was still smoking when it has a warning on it? Because most times, if the government's telling you it's causing cancer, it's probably going to do that. So you want to make sure that you don't. But the artificial sugars and the habits, because when you say you're going, that means we're not sleeping.
That's right.
So sleeping is a healing property.
That's a whole nother topic to unpack for sure.
So talk about the sleeping patterns of people. Like there's the REM sleep and the type of sleep that's healing or napping. Now, I have a friend that naps all the time. She's 60-something years old, and she looks really, really good. And she said her secret is naps. So tell us about the sleep thing. What is it that people have to do?
So for sleep, our bodies, without getting too technical, our bodies operate on what's called a circadian rhythm. And it's a 24-hour clock that at certain times of the day, you should be doing X, Y, and Z for the functions to happen in your body properly. So the first thing is you need to make sure you are getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep at night.
Wow. Okay.
As sound as you can make them.
6 to 8.
Yes. And we're all different. You're going to know what your zone is once you get there. But it's the preparation for sleep that really makes the difference. Now we have this technology that we're all addicted to. We're on our phones, we're on our computers, we sleep with the phone on our pillow. And that's a whole nother thing to talk about, but just going right to the situation, we need to give ourselves at least an hour unplugged from everything to allow ourselves to internally calm down. So maybe you'll read or maybe you'll listen to some soothing music. Don't watch a thriller movie. Don't do anything that's going to hype up your nervous system because it takes all that time for you to kind of calm down. So give yourself an hour beforehand. Take the electronics out of your room. Take the phone out of your room. Turn the TV off. Just quiet. Set up an environment that's conducive to sleeping. So they say that sleep temperature is really important.
Okay.
Believe it or not, 65 to 68 degrees is the optimal sleeping temperature for your room. Yeah. None of us sleep at that. At least most of us don't. I like to. And I'm under the covers bundled up.
The cover, yeah.
But our bodies need to be at a certain temperature for us to also be able to rest properly. So with all those things, aromatherapy is a favorite, the lavender oil, and watch the candles because the candles have all that synthetic fragrance in them that can cause. Soy is better.
Okay.
You got to do the candles, yep. But aromatherapy, good quality, clean aromatherapy is the best. And put yourself in a position of just letting go and having that wind down time. And then when you rest and everything's off, you should have a dark room as well.
Yeah. And I wear blinders sometimes too to make it even darker.
Yes. If you wake up or you don't have the room darkening shades or whatever, you need to tell your body it's time to go to sleep. If you have that light, it's sending the wrong signals to your body. Yes. Absolutely. Same with sound, same with TV, same with all that. Unless it's soothing sound.
Okay, that was soothing sound. Yes. So I go to sleep. And this is part because my husband snores. So I bought this little sound thing where it's like waves of water.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that's loud to drown out his snoring. Okay.
To drown him out. Okay.
Yeah. Literally, like the sound, and also like it's soothing. But I sleep to that, and it makes me go because it feels like I'm near the ocean.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So there's other healing modalities as well. You're talking about really just relaxing, meditation, aromatherapy,
Absolutely, for sure.
sound therapy, because basically the music and the different types of sounds, and then also to relationships in terms of toxic people.
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
So part of it is like you need to have peace.
Absolutely.
And anything that really irritates you, dis-ease is things that are not ease. Like
That's
so
right.
dis-ease. So
That's right.
anything that you know is giving you stress or really, not giving you that ease is a dis-ease. So getting rid of all of those things
That's right.
are really like what we work on.
Yes.
That's what we work on.
Yes.
And even if you, like, say you run a marathon and you drink smoothies all the time, but if you're always mad and upset with people,
That's right.
it still can lead
right.
to illness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Magic Pill is You. It's going to be coming out this fall. This has been her life's work. Okay, it's been her life's work to really just share this. It's been a long journey. It was
6 for the diagnosis.
Yeah, with the diagnosis till now. And so anyone who, it's never too late to really change habits that are bad and make them good, like immediately don't do any more artificial sugars.
Yep. Cut those out.
That's if you're going to have a lot of coffee, try to do it not with so much sugar and syrup and all that kind of stuff, but try to be as natural and things that are organic. Okay, let's talk about organic. Because people are like, well, what's the difference between organic bananas and non-organic? Just kind of talk a little bit about that.
Okay, sure. So organic foods are foods that are grown without any added pesticides and other
Chemicals.
things that can compromise the integrity of the wholeness of it.
Okay.
So that's clean eating. Should be clean eating.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That is something I learned from my cousin, Kim Perry. She talked about clean eating. And it was a long time. I said, what do you mean clean eating? She says, clean eating is this and that. And I was like, ooh, so I've been eating dirty. So over time, you have to change the habits if you want good health.
You do.
And it's not about your scale. It's not about weight. A lot of people are into, even Serena Williams is into taking the little shots and that kind of thing. But it's better to do the natural things that God gave you instead of doing all these other things, the artificial things.
Yes.
And that's really, really the whole point of your book is to really get back to everything. And I love the cover too. And I love the colors and that kind of thing. It's soothing. That's one of the things. It is soothing. So how can people get in touch with you? What is the best way that they go to your site? What do they get? Can they sign up to get the notifications of the book? I'm telling you all these things. Right?
Right. So as a life coach and speaker, I have a website, divinelotusgroup.com.
Okay, let's talk about the name. Why do we pick that name?
So Divine Lotus Group came from the lotus flower, the word lotus.
This is that?
Yes, the lotus flower symbolizes the ability to rise from the bottom of the barrel of struggle and come up more beautiful than ever. And that's how a lotus flower blooms. It starts in the mud, murky and yucky.
Dirty, yeah.
And as it grows up, it blossoms into a flower that's perfect, no mud, no nothing, vibrant color, and just ready for the world. So when I thought about the name, I thought about my ability to help others and how I've been a walking testimony to be able to rise up through the murky waters and be better than ever. So that's the purpose of the name of my company. Thank you.
Divine Lotus.
Yes, and that's D-I. A lot of people think it's D-E. It's D-I-V-I-N-E. So DivineLotusGroup.com. You can also go to themagicpill.com.
Yes.
Which is the title of the book and the website to get more information about the book. And you will just enter your email address. I'll get it. And we're hoping to launch or to have the book available Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yes, for that.
With the pink.
So October, absolutely, because it means so much to me. But yes, if you go to themagicpill.com, enter your information, I will have it, and you will receive notice when the book comes out. We'll also be sending you some tidbits of information about wellness also, and we'll be connected. Yes. So yes, and you can reach me through either of those websites. There's a way to contact me. There's a contact form.
Good. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. So you'll be doing the book coming out in October,
Yes.
doing a book tour,
Yes.
speaking. Health and wellness is not just in October, it's 24/7. It's your
Yes.
life mission. And I just appreciate you just really sharing very transparently about the book and about the story in the book, because it was we felt like, I got a prevance. We felt like I was on that journey with you.
Yes,
and
thank you.
really a lot of people were trying to figure out, like, should I, whatever. And just full transparency, I had a friend that had breast cancer years ago, and everybody thought she was healed, and it came back.
Mm-hmm.
And Gloria, Tuesday, she was in the hospital, and by Friday she had passed. It was
I'm so
such
sorry.
a short
Yes.
period of time. It
can
seems
be
like
that
the
way.
people, when it comes back the second time, it's more aggressive than the first time. And I don't know what that is. And she was 70-something years old, doesn't matter. But you still feel like, what could we have done? And so anyone who has any friends that have passed from breast cancer or any kind of disease, please get the book, read it. Education is important. Knowledge is power. When you know
Absolutely.
better, you do better.
Yes.
And that's so important. When you know better, you
Yes.
do better. It's like, as a teenager, I didn't know any better. I'm smoking Virginia Slims because I like the commercials. How stupid. But as you get older, it's like, that's not a wise thing to do. So, so please get the book, themagicpillisyou.com. And if you want Tracye, we just kind of touched on the tidbit of some of the information that she
Yes.
knows, but she does workshops, she does seminars, webinars, even virtually. So please reach out to her, and you'll see her in Speakers Magazine as well, and all over the web. So she's on Instagram and all that stuff too. So with that, I am Pam Perry, and I am out.